first time that I was part of La Casa Azul, I was honestly just really excited to see where it was going to be going from there. The music in it is just absolutely gorgeous, and the story, I mean, it's very moving.
I am extremely excited to hear this music with a live orchestra. All that extra emotion I think that we will get from that sweeping, sometimes romantic, sometimes tragic score, I think will just elevate everything and really help tell the story.
I am so excited about this performance to be with the live orchestra. Hearing that full orchestra sound behind you as a singer is going to make a world of difference in your own song. You're going to feel even more empowered when you're standing there on stage.
I'm sold. That was a behind-the-scenes look of the music of La Casa Azul, inspired by the life of Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. Gregory Hancock Dance Theater and the Carmel Symphony Orchestra are teaming up to bring the award-winning musical to the stage once again for one night only.
So good. Joining us today are two of the performers who share the task of bringing the role of Frida Kahlo to life, Abigail Laceres and Jessica Hawkins. Welcome, both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us. Yes. We're in the presence of stars. Let's talk about Frida Kahlo and the story of it for those of us not as cultured.
I know.
You want, Jessica, you want to
sure.
take this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Frida Kahlo, she is more famous now. She's the #1, I think, most famous, prolific Latin artist now, even more so than when she was alive in the early 1900s, up to 1954, I believe. And her story is so full of trauma and tragedy and pain. But I think why she becomes, not just because of her beautiful art, but becomes more and more relevant today even, is her resilience and perseverance. She took so much pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and she turned it into beauty. And she said that she always painted her reality instead of her dreams.
Oh.
So
I like that.
Abigail, you play the dancing role of La Muerta, which is death, for those who don't know. What's it like preparing for something like that? Because you have to really, I would assume, approach it in a very emotional way, right?
Yeah, so I think the important part about the personification of death in this story is that death was a very important part of Frida's life, but she didn't want to die. But she wasn't scared of it either. So in being that humanization of death, it's not scary the way that you would think it would be. Really, I think the connection of our two parts is that I'm the constant in Frida's life, and I am her home. I am kind of motherly sometimes. And so it's this beautiful story about how if you don't let the fear of death control your life, it's actually kind of comforting. And in terms of preparing for it, I think it's just the connection between Jessica and I, because I'm actually none of the other characters can see me. Only Frida Kahlo can see me. And so for me, that connection is so important, because Jessica can connect to all the other characters in the story, and I can see them, but they can't see me. So I think that the emotional connection between the two of us is probably big in preparation for me.
Well, I was just excited for the songs, but now I'm getting a life lesson. I'm inspired. Jessica, talk about your preparation for this important role.
My preparation for this, so I originated the role back in 2015 when we did the world premiere. And for this being a concert version, which we are still, and we are thrilled to be teaming with the Carmel Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Jana Himes. We also had Georgina Escobar, who's a New York playwright and director, come in and do staging with us. So we're not just standing there reading out of books. So a lot of it would be similar preparation to the full musical, just, you know, less costumes and less props. But really thinking about, you know, either getting into Frida and what broke her and what made her resilient, or also thinking about ways that I can, I have seen that in my own life, becoming somebody better and not bitter about things, and rising above my circumstances to really still have joy and still give something to the world that will last.
It's such a powerful story and very cool to see it all come to life. I have no doubt. When can people see this and where?
This is one night only, as you mentioned several times perfectly. It is August 5th at 7 p.m. at the Palladium, which is a part of the Center for the Performing Arts.
We have all the info you need to get out there and see it. Again, one night only. All that info is at allindiana.tv. Ladies, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. It's going to be very, very cool to go check it out, so be sure you do that.